Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So 3.5 is currently on patch 3.5.0e with the Evocoti testers. Lots more things are getting added like the DNA customization, and the current testing focus is on the heat rework, atmospheric flight, arena commander, manual gimbals, the pip auto convergence, cannons versus repeaters versus scatterguns, the ship rolls, ArcCorp, Area 18, Lyria, Walla, Star Marine, all the game modes, the female characters, and the DNA face customization system. That is practically most of 3.5 now in, being balanced, being tested, quashing the bugs, and so on and so forth. They have made great progress this week, so let's take a look at what's changed. As always, a big thank you and shout out to my Patreons that you see at the start of every video. If you want to support this channel even further, do follow the link to the Patreon page below. And come follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan, where you can hang out and ask me directly any of your questions. So in 3.5, for characters, the only thing remaining here is the playable females. That is at 96 out of 102. Last week it was at 94 out of 102, so there's less than a handful of tasks remaining there. For locations, the last location was Area 18. That is now complete and in polishing. In AI, the basic gunship behaviours was the only task remaining, which is also now in polishing. In gameplay, everything is in polishing except for one thing, which is the extended delivery missions to ArcCorp. That is still at 4 out of 5. Only one task remained on that one. But they have added Star Marine, Demian comms, and quality of life improvements. And the write-up for this says they are expanding Star Marine gameplay and content for players thirsting for a quick burst of action. Additions include the new elimination map Demian comms, improved spawning logic, new control point gameplay mechanics, UI improvements for readability, collision bug fixes and traversal improvements, improved lighting, refined cover locations and prop placement, and fixes to the kill animations and more. That is exciting. I'm over the moon that they've actually brought in some quality of life improvements for Star Marine, because it has been lacking and it's so much more important now. Anyway, in ships and vehicles, we heard on ATV this week that the 300i will come with 3.5 on the live release, but the 300 variants, which include the 315P, the 325A and the 350R, will make it into the 3.5 branch but are on a later patch, so think along the lines of 3.5.1, 0.2, 0.3. It's not getting pushed back till 3.6, it's just going to be in a future update. Everything else in ships and vehicles is done. For weapons, all the weapons are now in polishing. That includes the Coda, the S71 assault rifle, the Tachyon cannon, and the 870 Tarantulas. They're all finished. And for core tech in 3.5, only one remains, which is the asynchronous disconnection refactor. That has not changed since last week. It is still at 12 out of 33. So only a couple of updates for 3.6. In gameplay, the transit system version 2 is at 1 out of 10, so that's begun. For the Banu Defender, they have actually added one task to this. None have been completed. It is now at 14 out of 50. For weapons and items, the only change here is the Maxox Neutron Repeaters. That is now at 2 out of 12. Last week it was 1 out of 12, so that's just one task. And then for core tech, the distribution and ecosystem improvements is at 1 out of 9. Last week it was scheduled, so work has begun there. So, excluding the 300 variants, 3.5 only has 2 more features which are not done yet, which is the delivery missions to ArcCorp and the asynchronous disconnection refactor. This means that Wave 1 release, in my opinion, will likely come on Monday. It could come later, of course, I don't know this, but I would expect Monday for a Wave 1 release, and then maybe Wave 2, Wave 3 a little later down the line until the PTU wider audience towards the end of the week, and released to live by the 31st. The Evocoti build E, which they are currently testing, is very buggy, but they are storming through the bugs and getting them fixed. The addition of the new Star Marine task is great. I am so happy they are finally bringing that up to a decent standard. It is, as I say, it's so much more important now that we can practice FPS without having to buy guns, deal with bugs in the PU, and so on and so forth. With that said though, we are now days away from a Wave 1, which I will be streaming as soon as it drops, checking everything out. So as I say, follow me over on Twitch. I will also be creating loads and loads of videos, taking a closer look at the patch and everything that it has to offer. So do make sure you subscribe, but also tick that little notification bell. That will alert you when any of my videos go live. I am very excited. and I feel this patch has been handled great. And with the new additions coming, rather than things constantly slipping, it's definitely a more positive approach. I feel 3.5 is going to be making Star Citizen more robust. Well, this whole year is going to make Star Citizen so much more robust as a game while it's an alpha, rather than it just being a constant buggy alpha. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.